I usually don't like talking about stuff like this, but I just gotta bring it up. You know, when I was younger, I used to be able to go into the store with $20 and walk out with like 10 steaks, 5 bottles of wine, 3 whole chickens, 2 loaves of bread, and a gallon of milk. You just can't do that these days. There's just way too many freaking cameras. Yeah, it's sad. Alright, well, I'll talk to you later, man. How's it going, everybody? And no, if you're wondering, for those of you watching on YouTube or Spotify, that's not an old picture. I earned 0 trophies this week. Yes, 0 trophies this week. It's sad, and I don't know if this is the first time since doing these if I've earned 0 trophies or not. I want to say there was a 1 week when I first started doing these I earned none, but I could be wrong. And then I know there was a week that I didn't film, I didn't do this weekly update, but I earned like 2 trophies that week. So I don't know if this is a first or not, but you might be thinking, BloodyTheSky, you didn't earn no trophies, so why even do an episode? Other than the weekly joke that we can't live without now. You're welcome. uh, I have some stuff to talk about. First off, well, the only thing I can give an update on, we can talk about here, is my world and country rank. And I've said this a dozen times. I don't care about these because, there's so many easy trophy games out there that these don't matter, but it's just interesting to see how they rise and fall every week. So my world rank right now is at 20,696. Sorry, I got the 6s and 9s mixed up there, which is worse by 98 spots, so almost a full 100. And then my country rank is now at 4,638, which is worse by 10 spots, which honestly isn't that bad for a week of earning no trophies. And I'll be quite honest, I was surprised I didn't earn any trophies. I thought I earned at least 1 trophy this week, but I guess I didn't. What are you gonna do? If I would have known, I would have got 1 trophy real quick and something, or maybe played an easy trophy game or something, but it is what it is. So let me get to talk about what I want to talk about instead. First off, it's official. My World of Warcraft subscription has ended. My World of Warcraft time is done. It ended about, I'm not wearing a watch. It ended about 2 hours ago from filming this. So no more World of Warcraft for me. I was having fun with it. I enjoyed my time. It's, I could still play it. It's, not one of those things where I was completely done, but I got enough done to what I wanted. So I'm good, and I'm happy to go back to trophy hunting, happy to get around to playing great games that I haven't experienced yet. So, on with the trophy hunting. And, I do have some things I want to talk about with World of Warcraft Classic, but I will save it for a podcast episode. So look out for that if you care about that. I know some of y'all don't really care about my World of Warcraft adventures, but if you do care, keep an eye out for my podcast. For those of you who are watching this on YouTube, you can find my podcast. It's called BloodyTheSky Trophy Hunter. You can find it on such places as Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor. There's a couple others which I always forget. But yeah, Spotify is probably the easiest, or Google Podcasts. It's not on iTunes or anything like that, sadly, at the moment, but yeah. And then, so yeah, you can look for that. But overall, I had a good time with it. And the second thing I want to talk about is Evil Dead, the game. I've actually been playing that the past couple days. They didn't add any new DLC trophies, even though they have added DLC characters and even 1 DLC map, but the DLC map that was free for everyone, you'd have to pay for it. They also added a DLC demon, which again was free, that you have to pay for. So they have added DLC stuff, and they didn't add any DLC trophies. So I'm not earning any new trophies there, but I've been playing it because it's the free plus game. And I gotta tell you guys, if any of you are thinking about playing that game, now is the time to do it. Because Demon is the Demon side. If you don't know, it's a asymmetrical multiplayer game. It's a 4v1. You got 4 survivors versus 1 demon. And right now, the Kandorian Demon side, the demon is very weak if the team is good. If the team of survivors is good, they stick together, then you're going to have trouble. Like, there's basically a team of 4 sticking together is unbeatable. And the demon's just super weak. So right now is a good time to play it. I don't know, I know some of y'all out there were talking around the idea to start it. Like, I think Gutter Snipe and Sleepy Mofo. If y'all started it, I don't know if y'all have or not. But if you're still on the fence on it, do it now. Because they hot fixed the issues. They did have some issues when the first hit plus. I think maybe 1 or 2 days after it hit plus, maybe the day after it hit plus. So they did fix those issues. So now if you want to get the demon trophies, now is the time to do so, because there are so many newbies playing right now that they don't know, they're not sticking together. They're not abusing window vaults. They're not abusing the 70 cars that are on the map. They're not abusing finishers, And this is stuff that when I was playing when it first released, this was stuff that was annoying back then, and they still haven't fixed these issues. Apparently they nerfed the cars a little bit by decreasing their health by like 50 or something. I'm not too sure, but I don't know how much health they have, but they have quite a bit, and they reduced it very little. So they kind of nerfed cars, and I think possessed basic units can now vault over windows. I think I heard something about that, but I haven't tested it because I mainly possess elite units, which can't still. So yeah, they have fixed a couple things, but honestly, the finisher spam and the whole bunch of cars around the map, this is stuff that people were doing back when I was playing, and they haven't done anything about it. Finisher spam, when you do a finisher, you're invulnerable, you're invincible, you don't take damage. So a lot of people just spam finishers so they won't take damage, and also it reduces your fear and stuff like that. I think for some characters, or maybe for all characters, I'm not too sure, but yeah, I actually have a video. I've played it before, but for those of you watching on Spotify or YouTube, you can see the video. Sorry for the podcast listeners, but I'll basically try to explain it. I'm playing Henry the Red, and I'm the last person alive, and I'm abusing finisher spam, because I was the last one alive, and I needed to stay alive, and you're invincible while doing it. So yeah, I've always thought that was stupid. You need to at least take some damage. Even if you take decreased damage, like say you take 50% less damage, you still need to take damage, I think. So that way you need to choose. Should I do a finisher even though I'm going to take damage from these 4 units hitting on me? Or is it a perfect time to do a finisher because there's nothing else around? There's no one else around. And it's right now there's no downside, really, to doing a finisher. The only downside is if someone's down on the ground, and needing to be revived from bleeding out, then yeah, you might be wasting time by doing a finisher. But other than that, there's as far as I'm concerned, there's no downside to doing a finisher. You're invincible. The demon can't hit you. They can wait till your finisher's over, but then you can just dodge. That's another thing, is dodging takes so little stamina, and the survivors have so much stamina, and it regens so quickly that they just dodge everything you throw at them. So these were issues back when I was playing, and they haven't fixed them. So when you fight a good team who knows how to dodge, who knows how to finisher spam, who knows how to abuse cars, who knows how to just rush the map pieces so you're only like threat level 4 by the time they get to the first couple objectives by the daggers or the pages, there's no winning. And then if they have a good hunter on the team, which can headshot you everything you spawn and it dies in 2 seconds, or if they got warriors that melee you as soon as like the summon animation is over, it's just there's no way of winning a good team. So right now is the time to play Demon. If you're wanting to play Evil Dead the game, do it. Do it now. Do it! Come on, do it!
Come on. Do it! Do it!
That's Predator. But yeah, now's the time to get on there and get the Demon trophies, because you will not have an easier time than now. Like I said, I've played it yesterday and the day before. I played it a pretty good chunk yesterday, and then I played it a little bit the day before, and I'm having the easiest matches as Demon, the most chill, the most relaxed matches as Demon as I've had since the game launched. I actually had a match the other day where I was playing Puppeteer, which isn't the weakest Demon, but definitely not the strongest one, and I'd say Plaguebringer is probably the strongest one. And so Puppeteer, I was just sitting back and spawning clones. Their elite ones can spawn clones themselves, and the clones will go attack. And I was just sitting back and spawning clones, and this guy, he was the only one left alive, and he was trying to go around capturing people's souls to revive them at the altar, and he had like 20 enemies chasing him, and I felt like I had the Benny Hill music playing in my head. It was just so funny, so that was one of the most fun matches I've had since the game released. When the survivors you're fighting are noobs, playing Demon is fun. Possessing a tree and making them bitch slap them, fun. Possessing the car, making them kick out, then ramming the car into them, fun. But when it's survivors who like are being super tryhards and there's a plane flying over, that's probably a tryhard survivor player. If they're being super tryhard, they'll, once you possess their car, they'll just go jump in the other car that's 5 meters away because there's so many damn cars on the map, or they won't even get close to that tree that you possess. And then even if they do, they're going to take so little damage. That's another thing. Ruby just came out from the TV show, who's, played by Lucy Lawless on the TV show. She just came out. She's a DLC character that you have to pay for. And her ability, her leader aura, reduces the damage you take or something. And I don't have her, so I don't know, but I was reading up on her. And when paired with like a David, who's another DLC character that you have to pay for, he can use his ability every like minute or something. That reduces everyone's damage resistance. Apparently, with them two together, like anything you do will barely hurt them. So yeah, I haven't fought very many Davids or Rubies. I fought 2 Rubies and 1 David, and the David and the Ruby were together. But thankfully, the other people on their teams were noobs, so I was able to win still. So yeah, like I said, if you are ever interested in this game, if you're Evil Dead in the game, if you've been on the fence about it, now's the time to play it, because you will not have an easier time with Demon until either they nerf Survivor or buff Demon, or it releases for free again somewhere else. They've released it for free on the Epic Game Store and now with PlayStation Plus. So unless they release it for free on Xbox Game Pass or Steam or something, you will not have this easy of a time. And so, like, the last match I played yesterday, the survivors are still super strong. Like I said, there was one survivor who was causing me grief, and that's one survivor is really strong versus a demon 1v1, and there's 4 of them. So if one survivor knows how to play, he can ruin the match. He won't be able to win it because you'll probably still be able to destroy the book. If you killed everybody else, you'll probably still be able to destroy the book, but he can really make the match frustrating for you. Like he did for me. It was Ash, and he just kept dodging everything I threw at him. And then he had so much freaking ammo. When I possessed him, he had like 50 ammo. I don't know what the max is, but he had like 50 ammo on a legendary gun, and he had so many shimps. I think he can only carry like 3, unless you're a leader. And then I think he can carry like 6 or something. He had so many shimps. The shimps is a healing item, and he kept drinking, and I'm like, dude. And he kept getting in cars, and every time I possessed the car away from him and like made it go somewhere that he couldn't get it, he'd just get in the next one right down the road, right down the block. And it's like, bro, man, it was so frustrating. One survivor can make your game hell, and there's, like I said, there's 4 of them. So play Demon now while there's a lot of newbies around, while you can. Like I said, you will not have an easier time getting the Demon trophies than now. And then once you get the Demon trophies, play Survivor Side and have fun, unless you play solo queue and your team wants to go run off and do whatever by themselves. Unless they're good, then they can do that. If you have 4 good people, then they can run off by themselves, because they'll just dodge everything the demon throws at them. Then they'll jump in the car. If the demon takes that car away, they'll just jump in the other car that's right across the road. So yeah, like I said, I wanted to give you all people a shout out, because I do have the platinum for Evil Dead the game. If you don't know, I have platinum for both versions, PS4 and PS5, which they're not auto stack, auto pop, whatever. So I had to do it twice, legit, both versions. I think I got some trophies like max level and stuff like that, but like win 20 matches as demon, is it 20 or 50? I don't know. We can go down here and look. I don't know how far down it is. But like the win 20 matches as demon, the win 20 games as survivor. It's all like Armageddon or something. The win 30 matches as demon. I couldn't remember if it was 20, 50. So it's like in the middle. So yeah, I had to do all that again, because that's 10 survivors, killed 10 boss units. I had to do that all twice. So yeah, so I took a long break from this game, because I kind of got annoyed with it. Because I mainly like to play Demon Side. Don't get me wrong, Survivor Side's fun, because you get to hear everyone's like one-liners and stuff, and it's good stuff. But I mostly prefer the Demon Side. But the Demon Side's like really frustrating. And some people say, oh, it's just because you don't win. No, I usually still win most of my Demon matches, just it's not fun. You can't against a good team, you can't really win until the end, and like until the book phase or close to that phase, because they're just gonna dodge everything you throw. They're just gonna instantly melt anything you summon or possess, and it's rough. And so I just wanted to get that out of the way for you guys. If you're thinking about it, like I said, I know a couple of you were. Now is the time to do the Evil Dead Platinum. Now is the time to get the Demon trophies, because like I said, you will not have an easy go of it soon. So just get them done, and that's what I wanted to talk about. All right, I guess that's pretty much it. I should have earned at least one trophy next week. If I don't, I'll be surprised, because no more World of Warcraft, and I didn't really hit World of Warcraft that hard this week. I did at the beginning, but like I said, the past few days I've been playing The Evil Dead, and I don't, no new trophies for me to earn. So, I haven't been playing PlayStation. It's just earn no trophies, but I'm planning to go back into Skyrim. I plan to go back to Battlefield 1. I even have plans to maybe start up some either games that I have at 1% to help bump my 50% completion up, which I'm still trying to get, by the way. As you can see, it's still at 49.43, so I'm still trying to get to that 50% completion, so I might play a game or two that's sitting at like 1% or the low percentiles, because those 1% kill you. Thankfully, they don't. The 0% don't count against you on PSN profiles, but those 1% do. So I might play a 1% game that's sitting at 1%, or like I said, a low percentage. Or I might start up a newer game that's like easier, like Toem. I don't know if that's how you say it. Or Astro's Playroom, supposedly pretty easy and fun. So maybe I'll start up one of those games, and we'll see. Hopefully we can get my trophies per day back up to 2.44, and maybe back up to 2.45 where it was for like 1 or 2 weeks. We'll see. But I'm done with World of Warcraft, and I don't plan on going back to it anytime soon. I might go back to it if they do a Cataclysm Classic, which people aren't too sure if they're going to or not. A lot of people think they will just because it's easy money. It's just a easy cash grab for them. But some people think they won't, because a lot of people think Classic kind of ends at Wrath, because in Cataclysm they changed the old world. So we'll see if they do. If they do, I might go back and play that for a little while. But that ain't going to be for a while. That people are speculating probably around August. So it's not going to be quite a few months before we get to that bridge. So we'll see. So I'm back. I'm back, baby. Hopefully better than ever, but probably not. I mean, I'm still a noob, so I'm not gonna be earning like 100 trophies a week and 5 platinums. It's still gonna be me, but at least I'll be earning more than I have been the past couple weeks. I hope. We shall see, right? All right, everybody. As always, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, and hope you have a wonderful day.